It was crazy entertaining work at that particular time. So I said, you know what? I like this.
Shakur moved so well. He won every round, and he was just a step ahead with quickness and just with, just the plan himself. Great plan coming in, and he did well. Congratulations to him.
He won all the rounds? Is that what you're saying? He won all 12 rounds?
Well, maybe he lost one, but he won the majority of rounds.
At what time did you realize that this was just going to be Shakur taking over the whole fight?
After the fourth round.
Just made Teofimo look like a novice. I mean, that's how good he is. 120, 109, 108. I mean, just unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Is that what you expected from Shakur? No?
I mean, listen, I expected an incredible performance, but I didn't expect it to be completely one-sided. I mean, he won every round, in my opinion. It like the golfing levels was phenomenal.
Floyd Mayweather praised the Shakur versus Teofimo mega fight as exceptionally entertaining, and the bout delivered on every promise from opening bell to final round. Shakur Stevenson showcased a boxing clinic with brilliant movement, precise counterpunching, and impeccable defensive work to completely outclass Teofimo Lopez.
Easy work. My brother Shakur spanked his ass 12 rounds like I told him he would. You know what I'm saying? I'm proud of my brother, man. He did his thing, man.
Stevenson thoroughly outboxed Teofimo Lopez across all 12 rounds in a stunning demonstration of technical mastery and tactical execution. The judges delivered a unanimous 119-9 scorecard in Stevenson's favor, awarding Lopez just one solitary round in what became a comprehensive beatdown.
He won all the rounds? Is that what you're saying? He won all 12 rounds?
Well, maybe he lost one, but he won the majority of rounds.
At what time did you realize that this was just going to be Shakur taking over the whole fight?
After the fourth round.
After the fourth round?
Yeah.
Teofimo, it seems like he couldn't just get it going. Like, he just tried differently going up and down. The counters were getting him.
Yeah.
What could he done differently tonight?
I don't know. It's difficult to box against a great mover like that. And, he tried. He definitely tried. His dad was emotional. He wanted him to do better, but, this is boxing.
Eddie Hearn conceded he anticipated Stevenson would likely emerge victorious, yet expressed genuine shock at the fight's completely lopsided nature, confessing he never expected such a thorough boxing lesson and found himself amazed by Stevenson's flawless execution.
I mean, listen, I expected an incredible performance, but I didn't expect it to be completely one-sided. I mean, he won every round, in my opinion. It like the golfing levels was phenomenal. And I said to Bud, like, going into 12, he could do 40 rounds, Shakur. Like, never out of control, footwork, timing, shot selection. I actually think he could have stopped Teofimo if he'd have stepped on him. Teofimo looked like frustrated, just obviously busted up to the face. He's a phenomenal fighter, 4-division world champion.
Daniel Jacobs entered the fight supporting Lopez, but witnessing Shakur Stevenson's complete control of every single round forced him to acknowledge the exceptional quality of Shakur's display and respect his superior performance.
Teofimo is my guy, but I've always been a fan of Shakur. And I think that Shakur put on a clinic tonight. Least amount of risk. Been able to put his skill set into fruition all night. The jab was leading. You can tell the difference in skill set, and that was the difference to me that made the fight. It wasn't about grit, it wasn't about heart, it was about sheer talent. And Shakur displayed that tonight. So
you said Teofimo is your guy. What did he need to change to turn this into more success than he had tonight?
For who?
For Teofimo.
Hey, yo, sometimes you just gotta grab your nuts and you just gotta put balls to the wall, unfortunately. But that's just what it is. And sometimes when you think you can keep up with a boxer that's superior to you, you want to try to go with the motion rather than going with what can potentially get you. Because boxing is, you can be losing every round and then the last round you get a lucky or a really confident shot that can knock somebody out. But he didn't try to me. Love the kid, talented kid. I mean, he kept his, kept his grit tonight, but it just wasn't enough. It was like I won't say a landslide, but it was just a difference in.
Jacobs suggested that Teo should have implemented more aggressive ring-cutting tactics and mixed up his attack angles rather than marching forward predictably, which could have potentially disrupted Stevenson's perfect rhythm and timing.
It looked like for a split moment that Teofimo was doing well when he's in the inside, just catching him in the inside, but when he was fighting from the outside, he was having trouble getting Shakur Stevenson. What do you think he could have stayed a little bit more on the inside throughout the fight? It looked like that was probably a little bit going to get him closer to, being a more competitive fight.
I would only assume that they were prepping for this fight with that understanding, knowing that he is more of the assertive inside fighter. So the fact that he didn't push that notion tonight with aggression and urgency, you can tell that he just was going through the motion.
Well, where does Shakur Stevenson go from here? There's a lot of names right now. There's Devin Haney, the Ryan Garcia. We got Ryan with Barrios. We just got Conor Ben. There's Rolly Romero, some around here. Who do you think will beat him? And Gervonta Davis, and he gets everything together. But what do you think would be another great matchup for Shakur Stevenson?
Hey, all of those guys that you just mentioned. A champion doesn't have to fight one person over the next. But as long as he can get them all in, that's what we want. We want him to fight the best. He is the best currently, and so we want him to fight all of the rest of the challenges. And so, for me, it's like...
From round one, Shakur established complete dominance as Ryan Garcia predicted on Twitter, stating Shakur would cruise to victory unless Teo completely changed his strategy. Post-fight, Garcia congratulated Shakur on his excellent performance, while Bruce Carrington emphasized how effortless Stevenson made the victory look, praising his movement and counters that completely neutralized Lopez's offense.
Shakur looked phenomenal, dominant performance. What do you think about that?
Man, he made it easy. I was saying, if Teo was to fight more on a back foot and throw punches when Shakur throws, that's the only time you're going to get Shakur. But Teo, he has a habit of getting out of position all the time. He'll double up his right hand, turn square, or turn southpaw. That's not going to work, bro. You're not going to take up enough space to touch Shakur. Shakur's reflexes and his countering was just keeping Teo at bay. It was an easy night from round one for him. Shakur got the dub.
Boxing icon and analyst Andre Ward lauded Stevenson's exceptional skill and ring intelligence, explaining what separates him from other elite fighters. Ward emphasized Stevenson's superior movement, in-fight adjustments, and tactical creativity, noting his remarkable ability to control distance and adapt strategies mid-fight, which enabled him to systematically dismantle Lopez. Ward stressed that Stevenson's boxing IQ and natural athleticism allow him to dictate any narrative once the opening bell sounds. Exceptional quality among today's elite fighters. Ward's assessment reflected the widespread expert opinion that Stevenson's victory was both overwhelming in outcome and brilliant in technical execution.
He better leave that alone.
What did you think of Shakur's performance
He
tonight?
did what he had to do, man. There's always room for improvement. I think he had a lot of stuff he could have did, but he's so talented and gifted, man. You also got to trust what he's seeing in there. We on the outside, but I think he put on a tremendous performance. And obviously, the level he's at, you always look for things he could do better,
What did you see from the outside that he might be?
I mean, I'm just saying, I think it was a lot of body work and stuff like that he could have touched on, but again, he's in there, so he's seeing stuff, he's feeling the punches. We not. So you got to trust what he's seeing.
Teofimo just couldn't get going.
He put on he tried to get going. He just wasn't allowed to. So it's just the distance and range that Shakur has just perfected throughout the years, and then making him pay when he does that discourages him to not want to punch anymore. And I think he was out of answers in the first round. Honestly, I think he didn't really have any answers. When Teo starts doing little certain things with his hands and starts playing the clown game, he out of answers. He's down to just one shot. So Shakur just stayed focused, stayed locked in. And, was at 4 divisions now, 26, 30, 35, 40.
Coach Wally Moses beamed with pride over Shakur Stevenson's commanding victory against Teofimo Lopez, calling it a career-defining triumph that establishes Stevenson's elite status in professional boxing. Moses stressed that capturing another championship at 40 pounds represents a major career achievement, demonstrating Stevenson's exceptional talent, unwavering discipline, and complete commitment to excellence. He praised the tactical masterpiece in the ring, emphasizing how Stevenson dominated every exchange while completely shutting down Lopez's offensive weapons.
Grandson, Shakur Stevenson, has just put on a masterclass to defeat Teofimo Lopez. Give us your immediate reaction. Well, I think he had a great performance tonight, and I think, you know, Tio was a formidable opponent. You know, Shakur's been looking for these here fights, you know, these legacy fights, and I think this is just the beginning. So, you know, the guys that come on, be honest here, I think will help him, you know, embark on his legacy and, you know, he get his just doing boxing. That's all he want, man, is a fair trade. He came out of amateur boxing, #1 in the world. Now he wants to go into professional boxing and become #1 in the world.
Stevenson highlighted his perfect tactical execution and complete fight control, explaining he followed his blueprint flawlessly while demonstrating pure boxing artistry through clean connections while absorbing minimal punishment. He noted his systematic breakdown of Lopez's game, accomplishing exactly what was required to earn the clear unanimous verdict and claim the junior welterweight championship.
It's an amazing night. I put the work in. I stayed disciplined throughout my camp. I was in tremendous shape, and Tio, he's a hell of a fighter, but I was the better man tonight. Yeah, I definitely did. I feel like he's a fighter, so he tried to fight back. Yeah, I picked him apart. In the second round, I want to say that I told my corner, I said, I'm stronger than he is. And for sure, I heard him a couple times. My jab, my left hand to the body, my left hand up top. No, there's no disappointment. It's boxing at the end of the day. I seen him go out there, and when I was about to stop him, he started fighting back a little bit. So, respect to him. He's a sharp fighter. He got a lot of knowledge, and he did what he did to survive. I've been told you this. I told you this a minute ago. I said he's not on my level, and I proved it back.
Stevenson seized the victory moment to challenge future opponents, specifically calling out Conor Ben to finalize a showdown while declaring his readiness to compete at higher weight divisions and continue proving his superiority against elite competition. His unwavering confidence shone through as he discussed preserving his perfect record while cementing his reputation as boxing's premier technical virtuoso.
With you and the idea of you two fighting for British fans, it comes as a bit of a curveball. You now have 4 different weight world titles, and Conor's not boxed for a world title yet. What's going on between you two? Why is that a fight that you like?
I'm into big fights. I like big fights. I like big money fights. I like proving that I'm the best, and I like doing things that people say I can't do. There's a lot of people that will say that I'm too little for Conor Ben, and I can't do it. So it makes for a tremendous fight.
And Eddie mentioned that there's quite a few that DMs go back and forth between you two. Is it all amicable? Is there a bit of aggro going on?
It's gonna be a good beef. I like the beef. I like the story behind it, and it's a tremendous fight.
Ben taunted Stevenson about his physical dimensions, claiming he was undersized and lacked the power or ability to keep him at distance, igniting heated verbal exchanges that energized the live audience. Stevenson responded with complete confidence, asserting his superior boxing abilities while challenging promoters to finalize the contract immediately. Ben countered with typical swagger, insisting Stevenson couldn't handle relentless pressure while boldly predicting his own victory.
Fighter, phenomenal fighter. Boring, but he's a future pound for pound great. You know what I mean? He's a good fighter, but boring.
Were you surprised at all that the cards were what they were and that it was?
I was surprised. He made the fight look as easy as he did. Very surprised. Credit to him.
What do you think about his call out, Conor?
He can get it. You think I'm worried? Yeah, he will know he's been in a fight. He'll go home sore and broken. He'll know he's been in a fight.
Are you willing to agree to that rehydration clause?
They ain't making excuses already. If you want to come up with the big boys, come up with the big boys.
So how does the fight happen? Because he's too small otherwise.
Well, that's down to him. But don't be talking shit in the ring and then want to come up with something.
Thank you, Conor.
Coach Moses analyzed the prospective Shakur Stevenson versus Conor Ben matchup, arguing that as the defending champion, Stevenson should dictate all fight terms and conditions. Moses strongly advocated for staging the contest on American soil, highlighting the benefits of home crowd support and the critical importance of controlling the competitive environment. This strategy would enable Stevenson to establish the fight's tempo and circumstances while ensuring complete fairness and eliminating any potential advantages for Ben.
What weight would you like to see Shakur campaign up moving forward? He's flirted with going back to 135. The Conor Ben fight's been talked about a lot tonight.
Unfinished business at 135, and you know, the 130 Conor Ben and all that. Those things is things that he wants. See, the one thing Shakur will take on any task. He don't like a challenge. He loves a challenge. So anybody challenge him, he can get it. We're lucky he didn't have to fight Anthony Joshua.
Moses addressed rehydration clauses as essential tools for preventing fighters from gaining unfair size or weight advantages following official weigh-ins. He noted Ben's previous acceptance of such restrictions against Chris Eubank Jr., emphasizing how these measures maintain competitive balance and prevent situations where one fighter dominates purely through physical size. Regarding Ben's boxing capabilities, Moses credited his offensive competence while questioning his defensive fundamentals, suggesting Stevenson's technical excellence would provide a decisive advantage.
Great, right? I mean, it kind of builds up something, but that's another weight class, right? Another 7 pounds.
Another weight class, but when I seen Conor Ben, just now, he came.
Terence Crawford explained that other fighters avoid facing Shakur Stevenson due to his complete mastery and exceptional boxing skills. Crawford described Stevenson as supremely well-rounded, possessing elite defensive abilities, perfect timing, superior distance management, and lightning-quick reactions under intense pressure. Crawford dismissed critics who label Stevenson a runner or question his knockout power as creating meaningless distractions from the real issue. The truth remains that fighters recognize his dangerous threat level as his combination of composure, natural rhythm, mental toughness, and punch accuracy creates an extremely difficult puzzle to solve. Crawford emphasized that audiences would witness exactly why many fighters avoid Stevenson, noting his skill set, discipline, and psychological strength make him a terrifying opponent for certain fighters.
Really big guy, but he's not a really big guy, so I don't want people to think he got so much power and he's so strong, He's not no killer, you see him?
Andre Ward clarified that Stevenson's boxing journey remains far from complete, with significant challenges ahead that will ultimately define his legacy. Ward celebrated Stevenson's world-class abilities, ring creativity, and tactical flexibility, emphasizing his superior boxing intelligence, natural athleticism, and versatility to implement any strategic approach imaginable. Instead of viewing Stevenson as a completed fighter, Ward positioned this dominant showing as merely one significant chapter in an evolving legacy still being written. Despite such a decisive triumph, Ward implied Stevenson's best days lie ahead with additional major contests and opportunities to establish himself among boxing's all-time legends.
Didn't want to take the chance to step in the ring with this fighter. He's great. A lot of people started saying, oh, he's a runner, he's this, he's that, just to detour people from being excited to see him fight because he's not knocking people out and all that crazy stuff, but they would see why people really don't want to get in the ring with him come tomorrow.
I know you've shared the ring with him, sparring plenty of times. What makes Shakur Stevenson great? What makes him different? What makes him, I don't want to say an ilk of yourself, but in the same kind of era, the Bud Crawford era, he's got a Shakur Stevenson era coming through.
Everything. The offense, the defense, the poise, the rhythm, the distance, the timing, the punch placement, the react time. Like, I can go on and on. The toughness, the grit.
Stevenson's masterful victory over Teofimo Lopez solidified his position among boxing's absolute elite competitors. Through flawless movement, razor-sharp counters, and calculated pressure, he dominated every aspect of the contest from start to finish, removing any questions about his superiority in the ring. This triumph represents a pivotal career moment, securing a 4-division world championship while proving his ability to adapt and perform under the brightest lights. Stevenson's display revealed not only his technical brilliance, but also his unshakable mental strength, establishing the foundation for even greater challenges on the horizon. His boxing odyssey has only just begun, with countless thrilling chapters still waiting to unfold.
We don't know.
He could be the greatest of all time.
We don't know. He's not done yet. He's not done yet. He's a great for sure. How great, we're gonna see. He got a lot. He can box as long as he wants to box because he don't take punishment, and he's a master boxer. You know what I mean? So just excited for him, man. Happy for him, man. It's hard for me to see my brothers fight when I'm not fighting. That's harder to me than to actually fight because I can't help it. So I'm just happy it's over, man. I'm happy he got the win and get home to them babies, get that check.
Last one from me. He's in there in the ring with Conor Ben. Do you like that fight for sure?
Absolutely, yeah.
How do you think that one goes?
Conor's always dangerous. He's gonna come forward, but man, it's gonna look a lot like that. And there's no disrespect to Conor Ben. You know, I respect what he does and how he does it, but the skill set, bro, is different. They say them boxers boring, man. Why they be saying that? They say the boxers boring, but the boxers they can deal with any style though.
What's next for Shakur Stevenson? Drop your thoughts in the comments below.
119, I think, to 109 with the scorecard, so basically like 11 rounds to 1. What did you think about the outcome and the fact that he was able to win so dominantly?
One, shout out to New York. The two Bruce Carrington, he's world champion now. I'm so proud of him. Been watching him fight the undercards and all this stuff forever. Balling, I was crying, yo. So shout out to him. He signed every time he come out to see his story, see how much he done overcame everything. Now he get his 12th round knockout, looking good against Jermaine Ortiz. Wonderful. Now we got the main event with Shakur, and I knew that was gonna happen. Everybody be talking all that rah to me. I know boxing, and like I told y'all, we was gonna see a little bit of athleticism, but we was gonna see Shakur be using his jab, going to the body, and we saw blood today. Shakur did great today. Only thing I can ask for is stopping. I can't ask for nothing else.